Hello, and welcome to This Week with Pastor Dino. I'm Dino, and I'm so glad that you are here at First Presbyterian Church of Bradenton, where we are cultivating hearts for Jesus from the heart of downtown Bradenton. It's been a very interesting week with Independence Day over the weekend and with everything going on in the world. And I came across this verse in John 16. Now, this is kind of at the end part of Jesus's ministry, right before he prays to God in the Gospel of John. He gives his disciples these words. This is John 16:33. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. I think we can all agree that there's plenty of trouble going on right now. It's very unsettling. I know even in my own personal life, this entire situation has me unsettled at times, sometimes unexpectedly unsettled. And yet we have to remind ourselves and keep in mind that our peace comes from Christ. Christ didn't promise us a world without trouble. In fact, he told us in this verse that there would be plenty of trouble in the world. But he's overcome the world, and that's where we find our peace. We've overcome disease, we've overcome unrest, we've overcome injustice, and we get to hang our hat on that. So thanks to Jesus for giving us the peace that we need to get through this time, and thanks be to God that he has overcome the world. Amen. As you can see, I'm in the all-new choir room. This place is incredible, and if you're a member of the choir, you are going to be so excited to get back into the space whenever we can start getting back together. But from here, I want to walk us through the campus and give you some of those construction updates you've been longing to see. As you can see, the building is really coming together. Some of those finishing touches have been put on the sanctuary. It's looking amazing. Again, with the coping up on the chancel, with all the pews back, with the stained glass being worked on, it's just looking really, really nice. And I know you're going to appreciate the worship space so much. The new welcome center for the church is coming along also, putting some of those finishing touches on. That room will be done here in the next couple of weeks. Again, that's going to be our main entrance to the church where people will come in and experience First Presbyterian for the very first time. And the big news this week is that work has begun on the courtyard outside. They're starting to build the wall that is going to enclose our church space. It's going to be an incredible ministry space, a gathering place. I envision fellowship there. I envision ministry happening in that place, and I just think it's going to be a really neat thing, on top of the fact that it's going to make us much safer considering that we're on a busy corner. So things are looking incredible around here. I can't wait for you all to see it. I hope that keeps you up to speed for now. Without our building commission team continuing to be hard at work to see this project through completion, we wouldn't have any of this. I just want to take a moment to thank them, and I want us to cover them with prayer as they get us through this last push. There's still so many decisions that need to be made, and they need to be covered with our prayers so that we can get this building, this amazing ministry tool that's been gifted to us by God, we can get into it and start using it for spreading the gospel and for his glory. Now, you may have heard we are pointing at July 19th as the time when we open our church for live worship. There's no pressure, but for those of you who want to come to church on July 19th, that is the date that we are targeting, where we're going to be able to open things up. Now, I do want to make it clear that the construction is done enough that that is no longer a factor. Right now, our session has been gauging the advances of the coronavirus, especially in Florida, where cases are rising every single day. And we're monitoring that to make sure that the church is a safe place for those who want to gather in person to come and gather for worship. We're going to keep everything going online, however, so you can enjoy from home if that makes you feel safer, or you can come down here where we will be social distancing and wearing masks and doing all kinds of other things to keep you as safe as possible. We'll give you an update before the 19th, certainly, so that you know exactly what is going on. In terms of our other programming this week, you'll get another rerun of concert footage that we've got on Wednesday night. It's going to be fantastic. If you watched last week, it kind of reminded me of some of the amazing musical moments we've had at this church, and there's more of that coming this week. And on July 15th, you're going to have an amazing concert with Ted and Diane and Lauren Nielsen, who you might remember as our soprano soloist from the choir just a little bit back. Larry's going to give us a pressure break on Thursday, and Dwayne Smith's class will resume on Zoom. He's going to be going through the book of Romans, and it's a great opportunity for you to dig into that book. You can start reading it now ahead of time. And if you want to join that class on Saturday morning, go to bradenton.church/Zoom, and that will give you all the information that you need. On Sunday morning, we'll be right back here for worship, praising God. You can watch from home, and again, we'll let you know exactly what is going on. The last thing I want to tell you is that on July 19th, we have called a congregational meeting, since we're planning on finally meeting back together, a congregational meeting to elect our new officers. That's our new elders, deacons, and trustees who have been waiting on hold for several months for the opportunity to begin their roles. If for any reason we're not able to meet together on the 19th live and have that congregational meeting, we do have a backup plan. I'll give you all of that information next time so that we're all on the same page. But for now, congregational meeting on the 19th in the context of the worship service. Keep in mind that we've got a lot going on around here, even as we go through these precarious times. And let us remember, we were not promised an easy life as Christians, but we were promised that Jesus has overcome the world. And in that, we find our peace. Until next time, it's been great having you here. I'm Dino, and I'll see you soon.